Hey guys, it's Roots. I'm finally back. I'm here to answer a question that several people asked me if I could do a category of herbs or things that I thought was beneficial. So we hope the video won't be too long, but we're going to try to speed through it. Some of it, if you have seen any of the videos on my channel, Show Me Your Herbs 1 and Show Me Your Herbs 2, talked a lot about the different herbs that I have. But this time we're just going to group them in categories. That way if you want to take notes, or, you know, we talked about that, if you have an herbal notebook to write your things down, that way you can have a reference. You can maybe put this in your notebook and it could help you out. But we're going to start, I have cue cards, so bear with me. We're going to talk about softeners. That's a big thing for natural hair because we're always so worried that it's hard, it's crunchy. We're trying to get it softer so we can comb through it easier and hopefully not break it off. But some of the things we're going to talk about is castor oil, comfrey, honey, hops, linden flower, marshmallow, and lime flowers. Let me show you the card. That way it gives you a moment to write them down if you can't understand what I'm saying. Some lady said, I can't understand a word you're saying. But anyway. And I'm going to show them, and then we're going to quickly move on to the next one. Okay? Comfrey root. We'll come down to the table, doll. Comfrey root. Honey. And while we're on honey, let me show you something. Can we scan back here, doll? See all my honey? If you live in an area that has beehives, or a area that has a beehive that you can, bee farm that you can visit, buy all the local honey that you can afford and stock that stuff up. Not only is it good for your hair, it's good for recipes, smoothies, your skin, a whole bunch of stuff. But I just wanted to show this to let you know honey is the stuff for me. But anyway, back to it. We got comfrey root, we got honey. Let's scan down, doll. Honey, castor oil, that's excellent for softening hair. We also have linden leaf flowers, marshmallow root, ooh, you know I love that, and hops. Hops is that stinky herb. If you don't have hops and you can't find it, beer is excellent also. And I'm going to sit those to the side. Some of the herbs will group in other categories, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of how I use most of it. Okay, we're also going to talk about growth. That is one of the #1 topics I think that anybody talks about as far as natural hair goes on YouTube. How can I grow my hair? What is the biggest thing? What's the best thing? Of course, the best thing is always keeping it clean, washing it 1 or 2 times a week, keeping it moist. If you don't have to buy anything for that. You can do water, rose water, aloe vera, but keeping it washed, keeping it moist, putting some kind of oil. I'm not endorsing one or the other. That would be the big thing. But if you're into herbal and making concoction or things like that, this would be a good thing to do. But as far as growth, you can do horsetail, kelp, lanolin, rosemary, peppermint, sage, which you know I'll go over that in a minute, walnut leaves, and nettle. And I'm going to bring those over to the table. If you'll scan down on that, sweetie. Some of these herbs we have already talked about in the Show Me Your Herbs 1 and 2, but I just want to hit the high points. For me, I make that seaweed shampoo and kelp. Oh my goodness, that stuff is excellent. Lanolin is absolutely excellent for hair growth too. It also helps to seal it if you don't know that. The Three Sisters hair growth oil, I have a video on that. That mainly is the rosemary, sage, and peppermint, things like that that are in it. And nettle. Nettle is one of the old-fashioned, long use for nettle. I have the powder still because it just takes a little bit to make a decoction or an infusion, whatever you want to call it. But those are great for hair growth. I'm going to sit those to the side. One of the other questions that I'm asked a lot about is curl definition. Now with me, like I have my hair in twists now. I'll take those down when I go to work tomorrow. Yes, my hair is grown. It could grow longer, but as you know, I'm getting ready to be 50. I cut it quite a bit. My husband doesn't like that, but anyway, I just don't think long hair is the thing for me, but that's a side note. But as far as curl definition, flax, gum arabic, Iceland moss, Irish moss, lanolin, lemon oil, marshmallow, and glycerin. And we're going to scan down on that so you can write that down in your notebook. And I will grab some of those. Not all of them, but some of them. Everybody knows what the flax flaxseed looks like. We're going to stay down, baby. So I'm not going to even show that. Gum arabic is one that I use occasionally when I'm feeling ambitious and I'm making something that's super strong, but I don't use it that often. But Iceland moss, most moss concoctions or decoctions or infusions that I make are real good at holding on to moisture anyway. That's just the nature of any moss. Irish moss, really good for holding on to moisture. If your hair is holding on to moisture, most of the time the curls are better defined because they have that nice spring to them. Let's stay on the table, baby. Lanolin again. Lemon oil or lemon essential oil. You don't have to use this brand, so let's cover that up. Lemon is real good for curly hair as far as coating that cuticle of the hair and helping to smooth it, and that helps you to define your curls better. We already did the marshmallow in the other category, and glycerin. Some people have a love-hate relationship with glycerin, but if you kind of learn what you are using it for and what the things it will do for your hair, sometimes it'll help you out. Alrighty, we're going to set those to the side. And we're going to go on to several categories of shine, but in this case we're going to talk about the oils that are really good for adding shine. One lady asked me, why do I not do more videos for Caucasian hair, because she did not want to use a lot of oils. As I have said with everyone, you need to do your research and figure out what your hair needs. If you're not wanting to do the hot oil treatments where you're using tiny bits of oil, anyone hair, I don't really care what your race is, have dry ends, you can maybe just put it on the ends of your hair. But some of the ones I love, and we've talked about these plenty: avocado oil, castor oil, cocoa butter, hemp, mango, neem, palm, shea butter, and coconut. I'm going to let you write those down. Alrighty. Macadamia was one of the ones I forgot to put on my card, but I just got my bottle the other day, so I'm very excited about that. Really good heavy oil. Remember to keep it in the refrigerator. Coconut oil, everybody knows about that. The shea butter. Let me make sure I'm covering up the company's logos because they don't pay me. And my new favorite, and let's see if we can get the jar open, is palm oil. There we go. The Barefoot Bombshell, I think that's the name of her channel, hipped me to the palm oil. Got a big tub of it. I think it was $13 or something like that. It kind of looks like coconut oil. Has no smell. It is a neutral oil. Let me get the top back on it. I want to show you the meltability, or if that is even a word. Looks just like coconut oil. As soon as you put it in your hand and start rubbing it, it starts to melt pretty quickly. One of the cheapest finds I have found in quite a long time. So, palm oil, Barefoot Bombshell. I think it's the Barefoot Bombshell. Thank you very much for that. Let me wipe my hand off a bit. There we go. And also neem oil. A lot of people said, where in the world would they find neem oil? You can find that at some Indian markets, but I didn't shake it because I specifically wanted to show you. Get your dry neem flowers, whatever your neutral oil is going to be, and infuse it for however many weeks that you want. Usually for me, 4 weeks is enough. And after I'm done with that, I'll strain it, and there you go. You got your neem oil. Alrighty, let's see. Let me move some of this up because you know I get all discombobulated and it's hot as the dickens under these lights, so let me just spit that out. We already went over growth, hair definition. Let me flip the cards over. Alrighty, this is another big issue for a lot of folks. Hair loss. Of course, you know I do the onion hair rinse and the tonic, which is excellent. I didn't put that on the card because I have a video. I assume you've seen that video, but that, I guess that would be arrogance on my part. But calendula, clary sage, you know, man, that tongue tightness, cypress, lavender, lemon, palmarosa, and sesame oil. Let me show you something for the calendula while you're writing these down. This is the calendula flower itself. or the leaves. I infuse that into this beautiful oil that I put in just about everything. It's been helping me with the rash that I had on my arm. I know that's too much information, but I wanted to tell you anyway. After it infused for 6 weeks, I strained it, and look at that beautiful yellow oil. Really a neutral smell. Smells more like a flower, not a flower, I would say a green smell. That's the smell that I'm trying to say. Alright, scalp irritation. This is a big thing for me and a lot of folks. The onions helped me absolutely excellent, and the aloe and all the other things, but I still want to list this. This was a question I had several times. Aloe vera, calendula again, comfrey, frankincense, myrrh, pine, tea tree, and witch hazel. And I'm going to let you write those down. Let me scoot this over. With me, because I am not wanting to do infusions all the time, I will infuse a lot of things in oil to have it ready-made so that when I am ready to mix things with my coconut oil or my palm oil or my shea butter, it's good to go. So in this case, I did frankincense, myrrh, rose petals, and sandalwood. And that way that will be really good for the scalp. It also smells so excellent. I put it into some of my skin butters also. Witch hazel, you know, I did the infused witch hazel. If you buy witch hazel bark, it is a dark color like most barks are. When you infuse it in the witch hazel itself, it gives it a reddish tint. Not only is this good for your skin, but for your scalp. If your scalp is on fire, especially if you have braids, which I did one time, this is excellent if you're scrubbing this through the scalp. Some people said they did alcohol, but for me that was too drying and I just couldn't go down that route. So witch hazel was the way to go for me. Alrighty, natural hair colorants. Another lady asked me if I dyed my hair. Yes, I do henna. We got about 1,000 videos on henna. But some of the things that you could do is black tea, cinnamon, cloves, red. You could do a Nano, henna, hibiscus, rosemary. But anyway, I'm going to let you look at the card, and I'm going to get this last jar, and we're going to be finished for the day. Alright, I think that concludes for our cards, but before we go, a lady asked me if I would do a follow-up on the Nano oil. I don't know if you remember the Nano seeds, which Peruvian or Amazonian tribes use for coloring. It also repels mosquitoes and things like that. You can use it in some of your concoctions or oil-based products for preservation, but you need to read up on that. But they also call it the lipstick tree, and I wanted to show her, I'm going to end up putting this in my henna next time, exactly how nice, bright, and orange that gets everything, and that is the tint that I'm wanting to put in my hair soon. So if you think, my, what the heck has happened to Ruth's hair, it's all because of this. Doesn't really have a smell, kind of a, I don't know how to explain it. It smells like oil, but it has a little bit of a twang to it. So if you see me next time and my hair is bright orange, it's because that's what happened. But I hope you guys like the videos. I hope it answered some of the questions that were asked, and if not, get back with me. Yes, I did not forget that I was going to do products in September. It is now October. I'm trying to get my labels done. I did not realize if you're going to sell products, actually, all that was involved. I thought it would be a hobby, but it's turned into a nightmare. But I will be coming with it. I have the beard oil. Let me show you this. Don't leave me, Dad. Alright, I'm back. I actually have the beard oil bottled. I've got to get it labeled. I have about 10 of these boxes. I don't remember how many is in each box. I think it's 24. But these will be for sale coming up soon, so get your Christmas list ready. Not only can you use the beard oil for the beard and hair, but it is a nice smell on the skin. If you don't believe me, ask my husband. See you later. Bye-bye.